The museum to the downtown is just like it's a classroom of knowledge. Unbelievable how many people come in here and ask questions.
Since 1933, the Massillon Museum has been collecting, preserving, and exhibiting art and artifacts to enrich the community and its guests through experience and education. Like the famous steam engines which fuel the growth of Massillon's economy, the museum pumps life and vigor into the cultural landscape of western Stark County through breathtaking exhibits, community events, informative classes and lectures, and as a central gathering place for numerous local organizations.
The museum is an important place for downtown because it's a hub for all of the culture and things in our city. It's always a centerpiece when we have community get-togethers or events. They're always active with it.
With close to 25,000 annual visitors, more than 700 members, and over 150 volunteers, this award-winning museum is a bustling hub of activity right in downtown, poised to do even greater work for the community. And so, it's time to grow. What will this physical expansion enable? At present, less than 5% of the museum's permanent collection is on display. New gallery space will allow the Massillon community to view and appreciate even more of its heritage and history. An auditorium will increase audience capacity for the already packed events and lectures at the museum and provide a state-of-the-art performance space for dance, music, and theater. More classroom space will allow the museum to expand its educational offerings, inspiring children and young people through art and welcoming classrooms to the building for on-site learning.
You know, I feel one way that the museum can be and is a part of Declan's life is because he made the first art he ever made in his whole little life, he made here at this museum. It's just so important because that he gets to see these things and be in places and understand, you know, like what local culture and history is, and then with the exhibits that come in, get a flavor for, you know, greater history and culture and art.
And it's not just about physical growth, it's also about the growth of a legacy. The expansion plans will allow the museum to partner with the Massillon Tiger Football Booster Club Museum and the Paul E. Brown Museum to create a dedicated, permanent space for showcasing our town's proud football history. And the museum's state-of-the-art storage and preservation practices mean that future generations will be able to enjoy the many ways that Tiger pride has manifested itself over the years.
Football means everything to Massillon. It's a big deal nationwide with Paul Brown being named after the Browns are named after him, and I think it also just brings our community together.
When you go out, when you travel, and you go into places, they say, "Where are you from?" You say, "Massillon." They say, "Oh, the football town." They all remember Paul Brown.
But in the end, we're really talking about the economic growth of Massillon. A fully energized museum with increased capacity on a main street means more visitors to the downtown area, more traffic to local businesses and restaurants, more energy that attracts entrepreneurs to consider Massillon home. And a high-profile expansion right in the middle of town can boost morale for the whole community.
It's kind of like the museum's kind of like an anchor for all the cool stuff that's going on, you know? And I feel like exhibits are getting more interesting and, you know, and I love like coming every time there's a new one. I love that. And then just, you know, in the last, I would say 2 or 3 years, what's been going on downtown with stores and shops, it's so cool. And like, you just down here and you feel like you're somewhere else. You know, and the museum is just kind of like, to me, the center of that. You know, it's like the strong point with all the cool stuff happening around it.
Moving toward this exciting new chapter in the museum's history, 100% of our staff and board have committed their personal financial contributions to kick off our 2015-2016 capital campaign in the hopes of opening our expanded space in 2017. But this vision won't become a reality without the financial backing of individuals and corporations throughout Northeast Ohio who care passionately about what we can become.
I think we have a very, very good staff here at the museum, and I think we've got volunteers that are committed to making this a fine institution, and we have some opportunities. to see this museum grow in the future. And I think that's one of the more exciting things about this institution.
Oh, a larger building. Just imagine what we could do. And for a few dollars, when I go out to eat, it costs me more than a membership to the Massillon Museum does.
Please consider supporting the physical, economic, and legacy growth of Massillon and helping us provide a vision not just for the museum, but for the entire community.
Oh, I just know it'll be here and it'll be greater than it is today.